Hello, all level candidates, and welcome to the College of Education Initial Certification Portfolio. I am Brenda Miller, part of the Office of Student Services Field Division, and I'm here to walk you through how to navigate the portfolio. So first off, step one, we've got 5 simple steps for you to do. And one is look at the welcome page, understand that the portfolio is just like you think of when you think of a portfolio. It is a place where you store official documentation that records and gives evidence of what you can do and what you have done. All right. And our portfolio is overseen by requirements of the state of Texas. And so compliance is the main key when you're in the portfolio. If we ask you to handle a task, it's because TEA mandates it. So thank you for paying close attention to everything you need to do while you're in the portfolio. Notice the welcome page also gives you a tour and how to work through the different tasks by modules or assignments. But we're going to walk you through by modules. So step 2, please open and click through the Getting Started module. You may explore it as you need. You will find it in every course, but other modules will not open until you have clicked through every page of the Getting Started module. Then when you get to step 3, you're actually beginning to compile your portfolio. And this is called the pre-placement documents module. Notice there are no due dates in this pre-placement documents module because candidates are in the portfolio now who are about to graduate and who are like you, just now entering the portfolio. So we've got people at all different places in their progress through the EPP. Hence, we cannot put a due date on anything. But you can start with the first task and take each task in order. It will ungray when you have completed it. It will be grayed out until you have completed the prerequisite before it. So navigate from the beginning in chronological order as they are listed through the end, and give us up to 1 week to assess any item in this first pre-placement documents module. I say it's step 3, but it's the first module where you upload any material. Many items here are cleared automatically. You'll be completing attestations, affirmations, agreements, where you've read, signed, agreed to, uphold, etc. But there are 2 items, the FERPA consent and the insurance, that need to be manually cleared, and those will take up to a week to be cleared and assessed and marked as compliant or not by our office. So thank you for not messaging while you wait. Thank you for your patience. It does take a little time for us to be able to go through all the documentation we have. All right, once you're done with the pre-placement documents module, which does exactly what it says it does, fulfills the requirement for you to be placed for clinical teaching, right? Pre-placement, all that's done, check, I can be placed. Now, step 4 is your field-based experience module. And for all level candidates, you come in with a different lens than other candidates do. That's why this orientation is designed specifically for you. Notice in each module, you'll see the About the section. You're always welcome to click on that, read through it. There's checklists added in that section that if you like to print and keep up with where you're progressing, and rather than just look at the module here, you may do that. But those are there for your convenience and for your reference. Also, I wanted to bring your attention if you should need to apply to a district and they ask for a syllabus, but you don't have one, you may get a letter to the district here. And this letter will be saved in different places in the portfolio. But just to remember, if you need a letter to the district to verify that you are an active member in the EPP, you can simply click on this page, download the letter we have, and upload that to the district. The check mark is the next item that I want to draw your attention to. That's your your deadline for requesting your clinical teaching placement. Now, if you already handled this task with your accepting or being notified that you've been added to the Canvas portfolio and you handled it, that's fine. If you haven't, you'll need to make sure you get it handled by the deadline. And here's a good time to point your attention. The field-based experience the module introduces deadlines, right? So watch those deadlines and pay attention to them. And finally, the very last task in this module is where you will upload your completed logs and reflections. Once they're done, get those uploaded by the due date and you will be fine. Now, I've skipped one item that I want to draw your attention to, the first 15 days of school documentation. If you complete your clinical teaching in the fall, you will actually get this documentation done during your clinical teaching. So you do not need to worry about it here. If you're clinical teaching in the spring, you will need to upload that here. So we will do our best to excuse you from this assignment if it does not apply to you as promptly as we can after we get new candidates going in the portfolio. And then the other items that I have missed, the reporting your placement and the placement one logs, those don't apply to you. You will see that they're for bilingual, ESL, secondary, mid-level SPED, anybody but all level. The only one that applies to you, lucky you, is the last one. All your logs and reflections can go here. So that's your field-based experience module that you should start working on immediately after you complete your pre-placement documents module. And then simultaneously, you can move on to step 5, which is your professional development trainings module. Now, in this module, you need to complete every required training listed, and you have 2 different due dates. Notice again, no due dates on the assignments, but we have the general due dates, which you can always go back to see in the About This section portion, that page. Fall clinical teaching, you have to be completed with all of these trainings by May the 1st. And if you're spring clinical teaching, that due date is October the 1st. The last thing I want to point out to you is that as of 2024, no more SPED certificates needed. That means you don't have to do it. Unfortunately, we cannot delete this assignment because students prior to 2024 did have to do it. But you can just ignore that last one. You do not have to upload any SPED module certificates. All right, let's close with some general reminders of how to be successful during your time in the portfolio. First, turn on your Canvas notifications if you haven't done so already. That way you don't miss announcements, messages, or changes in due dates or tasks that might be added or deleted from the portfolio. Please navigate my modules not by to-do lists. As you've seen, 2 of the 3 modules that we went over that are portfolio-specific modules do not have due dates. If you only watch a to-do list, you might forget about other important tasks that need to be completed by certain times. Please complete every relevant task in each module in the order it is posted. Preview rubrics prior to uploading documentation. Remember, every time you look at a rubric, you'll also find other elements of support, videos that are helpful in how to complete a task with compliance, exemplars of what to do, of what not to do. Take advantage of all of those resources so that when you upload something that's compliant the first time and you don't have to come back and revisit it. Please attend to the deadlines. Our deadlines are not whimsical. They are guided by regulations of the state of Texas, and they are non-negotiables. So thank you for paying attention to deadlines. And then please allow time for your documentation to be assessed. At least a week turnaround on most items in the portfolio. And then over here, just want to remember or bring to your attention that not having completed all the prerequisites that I just went over by either May the 1st for a fall clinical or October 1st for spring clinical will delay your being cleared to clinical teach, period. So we want you to get in, get started, stay timely, and as much as you can be ahead of the game. If you completed any of the trainings or any of the documentation prior to being into the portfolio, you don't have to redo it. Just upload what you've already completed as long as you had the documentation. If you've lost documentation, you will have to redo. And if you have questions, please message us in the Canvas portfolio rather than email. If you message us in Canvas, we know who you are. We can quickly assess your situation and we can reply promptly and correctly to your question, concerns, or needs. And that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I hope that this introductory video has helped orient you to the portfolio. I look forward to seeing you there. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.